Courteau is the CEO of Altus Group, an enormous company of which I think we're probably going to discuss a little bit about Argus Enterprise, but that is just one part of your overall concern. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and we love having you at this conference every year. Tell us about Altus, tell us about Argus, and tell us what's going on, especially in context of everything you're seeing here today.
So, Altus Group is a company that operates globally on behalf of the largest commercial real estate owners and investors. And the approach that we're taking to the marketplace is to be able to deal with all of the complexity now of global asset and investment management. Right. And the theory is that to be able to achieve that, you need to combine the best software technology, ability to control data, and the expertise to put it to work in a way where people can make great decisions on real estate. And so that sounds easy, but to do that on a global basis is a really, really interesting challenge and one we're really excited about.
Now, for years, Argus has been sort of the gold standard in evaluation.
Yep.
But it seems like now Altus is doing something new, something exciting.
Right, so valuation is obviously still important, but what we're trying to do is to have the professionals, our clients, be able to operate on single asset valuation, but then more and more do planning around portfolios to really move into the investment type planning for their assets. And as you see these large institutions committing more capital to real estate assets, they expect they're going to have world-class tools that allow them to look at the assets more like an investor would rather than a one-off asset investor.
So a more comprehensive solution.
More comprehensive, the kind of things that people would expect in this type of complex asset class, sensitivity analysis, weightings, levels, currency, the implication of significant capital costs on an asset, relative to other opportunities they can go after. Even looking at different asset classes and how they play off on them. It's an amazing thing, but currency is having a big impact in global real estate investing right now. So as you see the kind of turmoil that you have at Brexit right now, that creates opportunities for people that all of a sudden are operating in a place where they have access to currency that is benefiting against this turmoil.
So how does Altus help people make the most of the opportunity?
Right, so Argus Enterprise is now being rolled out as a global solution. Not only have we done the work in North America to be able to move towards a more portfolio modeling orientation for Argus Enterprise, we're doing that in the UK with ValCap, but we're also dealing with tax types, currency, and other complex requirements to be able to have people normalize their assets on a global basis. So that's core. If people can start using Argus Enterprise on a global basis, then they have the opportunity immediately to take the complexity out of multiple systems environments. And we're seeing the largest real estate owners in the world starting to roll out Argus Enterprise on a global basis. As well, we've built tools inside of Argus Enterprise that allow them to do portfolio modeling, but we have a number of other businesses. We run a valuation management business in the US that supports many of the open funds. We create the Odyssey benchmark. We now have an attribution product in North America that allows both investors and asset managers to see the performance indicators against their own portfolios and start imagining how they want to set up their portfolios against future risk and opportunity.
So you're not just buying a solution or a software solution, you're buying into a whole ecosystem of expertise, valuation, consultation. So what do you say to someone who is looking to move their platform around and they're overwhelmed by all of these choices?
Right.
What do you say to get them to see the opportunity?
Well, I think a big part of that is when I talked about software, data and advisory services, quite often we help them deal with the complexity of this data. In the work that we do in our appraisal management business, our valuation management business in the US, we now have over 8,000 assets on that platform that allow them to look at revenue trajectory, expense metrics, risk, and to deal with that level of complexity. It's important for them to not only have access to the tools and data, but to work with professionals that can help them get organized to use these tools themselves. So we're on site, we're a managed services business, we're helping them work through the complexity of real estate, and even advising on future trends around real estate, all coming together in a way that we can have a big impact on the largest institutional players in the world.
When you look around the show this year, you watch the keynotes, you watch the presentations, you see all the trends coming at us.
Yeah.
What's one of the trends that seems to dovetail so neatly with what you're providing at Altus?
Well, look, I'm so excited as a technologist to see all of this new investment in early stage real estate technology companies, and we're participating in that. We own 15%, 14% of a company that is a real estate technology company that just went public at $1 billion. And I've been on the board in supporting them as they've moved down this road. The success that they have is just one of the examples of the potential ahead. We also are investing in incubators like Metaprop and PI Partners in the UK. We've invested in venture capital, and we're doing direct investment in some of these early stage companies. And then beyond that, we're partnering with these companies to get them to come to work with us with our customer base. You know, we have one of the biggest customer bases of real estate customers on our technology platform with over 5,000 customers globally. And we actually work with our services business with over 25,000 customers around the world. So if we can make that, we can give access to these early companies to come and work with us to solve business problems, we're going to benefit from that.
Right.
They'll move faster, and the customer will have access to, you know, global capacity to run their business, but new innovation with some of these early companies.
If
so
someone is
we're trying to help the industry.
If they're excited by what you're saying, if they're hearing the opportunity, what is the best way to interface with Altus?
Well, I think we're already working with so many of those companies just by the number of customers we're working with. But clearly, a big part of this, our customers are also innovating, and so the opportunity to partner with them, the way they want to manage their business, the way they want to see their assets, and to together put to work our technology and our data to solve their problems, to gain competitive advantage, that is a big part of our strategy.
Terrific. Bob, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Bob Courteau, CEO of
you.
Altus. Great having you. Yes, you have fans. You can give it up for Bob. Yes, and that concludes our day. Thank you very much. So that concludes our day. So thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for being here at Conference Live. We have